Shalom, shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakah Kadash, and to my elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Shalom to them, and shalom to you brothers that's out scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching His gospel, preaching His word, risking your lives to do so. Shalom to you brothers. I didn't have I'm just going through the spirit today, and it was something that I was meditating on not too long ago, and I just want to talk about compassion and humility, and as far as the camp goes, and just how we treat one another, and how we should be always respecting one another. You know what I mean? And whether from it's the leadership on down, we always have to have compassion and show humility towards one another. And I'm gonna read the definition of compassion and humility and compassion. Humility and compassion are closely linked, often overlapping. Virtues essential for healthy relationships and personal growth. Humility involves recognizing one's limitations, avoiding arrogance, and acknowledging others' worth. Compassion is the active, empathetic, and sympathetic understanding of others' suffering, driving a desire to alleviate it. Together, they promote self-awareness, foster connection, and enable genuine care for others. That's right, and that's one thing we should be having towards one another. You know what I mean? Being brotherly and not being, so, judgmental, you know what I mean? Or just, having doubts about brothers, about brothers, whatever. And, just having, having that, no real compassion, and just like, what was the word? Damn, it'll come to me. So like, it's a lot of things on my mind right now, but, through the spirit, we have to treat each other, with respect. You know what I mean? According to the scriptures, and us being brotherly, like the scriptures say, let our brotherly love continue. We say that, but do we really mean that? Do we act that out? Do we push that forth as, something that we practice and something that we want to go forward in this truth? You know what I mean? And, sometimes I do the spirit, like you can just be, and I think we all do this to a degree. We can just be tolerating each other. You know what I mean? We tolerate each other. It could be brothers that you might not have a real connection with, and you might not have the same interests. One brother might like sports and another brother don't. One brother might be into chess, whatever, and then the brother may not be into chess, playing chess, whatever, or you know what I mean? We all have differences. We all come from different walks of life. And here it is. We're out there calling, teaching, whatever, and calling, on the names of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai when we go out there and teach. That's something that's unifying us, and to have, that's something that we have a connection with, and that's something that we always should be, all aligned with. We all aligned with teaching out there and calling the names upon Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and teaching His gospel, teaching the word, and then, protecting one another, watching out for one another when we're out there. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't just stop there. You know what I mean? Like, we have to live this thing. And I always say this. You can quote a million scriptures. You can break down a scripture to the core of it, like being elaborating and everything, you know what I mean? And giving definitions, giving deep definitions and everything. But if you're not living it, it defeats the whole purpose. It becomes non and void now, and it was just something that just resonated on my spirit, we just have these, differences, whatever. Yeah, it's going to be brothers that's cool with other brothers in the truth. Like I said, having, certain brothers might have certain interests, whatever, that, that aligns with another brother with another brother, and, and they become cool, and, you know what I mean? And they may talk and, do whatever. And then you might have another brother you might have no real connection with, but you don't look at him as, any real, like, love there. It's just like, he's into whatever. We kind of deal with each, when it comes to the truth, whatever. But Once we leave whatever, it was whatever. You know what I mean? It becomes, you just tolerating the brother. And we should be tolerating each other. I tolerate when I go to work every day and see people I don't fucking like. You know what I mean? People I can't stand. And you know what? It should be like that. There always should be like that. These people don't have my same interests. They don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. These people are of the fucking world. I should never in my life feel like that around brothers. You know what I mean? I should never feel uncomfortable around brothers. You know what I mean? No brother should feel uncomfortable around brothers. You know? Or just feels, I can't talk to him. Or, if I say something to him, he ain't going to really understand me. And, he may be an elder, whatever. And, you might want to have some type of, counsel or whatever about something that may be going on in your life. Not asking for no money or nothing like that. Whatever, you might not even need no help. You just probably just looking for advice on how you should go about something that may be going on in your life. And then you may say, or let me talk to this brother, see what he thinks, to see whatever advice he can help me with. Try to give me to help me with. And then it's like, nah, man, he ain't going to understand. I can't talk to him, man. He going to look at me crazy or something or whatever. Or he ain't going to, you know what I mean? He ain't really, probably going to do nothing anyway. You know what I mean? And it's like, we should always want to talk